Hello, class. My name is Tommy Liu, and here is my bike sharing system. The bike sharing system is one of the greatest idea a city has implemented for the communities and its people. It allowed people to go places without relying on other type of transportation, such as buses, Uber, or even taxi, and it's provide a healthier life environment. There are many processes within a bike sharing system. Process ranges from customer checking out a bike to storing the data in a secure network. It is important for each process to interconnect with each other in order to provide a excellent customer service, especially in the automation process to improve the positive experience. In the bike sharing system, there are many requirements to make the system work correctly from the beginning to the end. Process such as automation, the proper software and hardware, and even the right requirements for the system. Requirements such as multifunctional team, internal data hub to store rider information, a 24/7 support team, a maintenance contractors, and even a response team for any type of urgency situation. Multifunctional team consists IT department, billing department, risk review department, or even a security team that overwatch any type of data breach or even cyber criminals trying to attack the network. Having all these teams work together will help provide the biking sharing system an easier and trustworthy network for user to create an account or trying to rent more bike from it. And then having an internal data hub to store right information will be an important aspect to the company. The team will be able to maintain and monitor the writer's information and provide a secure network to prevent any type of hacking or cyber criminals trying to attack the network. Then having a team that can support 27, it is important just in case having writers overnight or any type of issues they might have with their mobile apps, or even try to access at the docking station. Then having a maintenance contractors on site or even nearby will help fix any physical issues such as flat tires, brakes is not working, or even the lock is not locking properly. Having this type of service ready to go for customer will provide a positive customer experience, and the riders will then continue to come back to rent the bike throughout each day. Then, lastly, having a urgency response team, it is important for the company, but also protect the um, the riders. So, if they were into an accident or there was an emergency situation as they are using a bike, having an urgency response team is a safe and a smart idea for the company to provide. Then automation process is another type of requirement for the bike sharing system, such as machine learning, AI, or even develop a coding script that will help store data and request and send data out faster for the users. Then for software and hardware, software consists of um, application on the on the mobiles and the docking station. Have software on the mobile will allow user to create an account, pay the bills, or even check in and check out their bike anywhere they want. And then for hardware, the company will need actual bike, the actual docking station that user will come to register their account or even to rent a bike. Then within the docking station, they should be able to have a POS type to let the user pay the bills or input their credit card information, and also be able to be protected by the POS system, so that they are can be at ease when they inputting their credit card information or their banking information. Then for my system organization, I decided to pick distributed network for the bike sharing system. It is an excellent choice because it is a defined as a system consists of more than one self-directed computer that communicates throughout a network. In this picture right here, you can see there are other two types, the centralized network and then the decentralized network. However, with the bike sharing system, there will be multiple docking stations throughout the city or even throughout the state. Um, Having all these docking stations connect in the network, and the goal um, is to share and provide the common goal by making use of the local memory. So the rationale behind this decision is if one station or even one user at one dock station is registering, and then another user at another station have a different request to the server, the distributed system will coordinate to share resources by supporting each device or station in this scenario to communicate with each other to achieve the task. Then, so another example would be when a user has registered from one location and then wanting to rent out the bike at a different location, the distributed system helps send out the request in a different geographical area to help the docking station recognizes that the user exists in the database and then be able to give access to the rental. Another benefit behind the distributed network is that if one dock station were to fail, um, it would not affect the other docking station. So in this case, if the user registered from the one station and that station failed, they can use the mobile app or they can go to the different docking station and be able to continue um, their process, with the rental or even the billing without having the data loss. And then the distributed network allow company to add another machine to handle the increased workload of data as more user are creating an account with a bike sharing system instead of having to update a single system. Mm. Then, just like any other information system infrastructure, there are weaknesses and gaps in its architecture. Some of the threats can be dangerous and causes major damage to the organizations and even to the riders. Main security risks and consequences includes a denial of service, also known as DOS attack, information leakage, and then unauthorized access. The denial of service also, or the DOS, is a cyber attack that used to tie up a website resources to prevent end user to get access to the site. So in this scenario, the DOS can attack the network and prevent riders or user from logging into their account, maintaining their bill, or even trying to check out their subscription status. Um, the DO, the DOS attack comes in two different types: flooding the attack and crash attack. The flooding is to be known as the most common DOS attack. The process occurs when the attack system is overloaded by a large amount of traffic for the server to handle. This eventually causes the system to stop functioning. And therefore, it is important for the bike sharing system company to maintain or monitor the traffic that are coming in and out of the system, as they are monitoring and keeping track of the activities. It can prevent DOS attack from flooding the network. And then for the crash attacks, it operates differently than the flooding attack. The cybercriminal transmit bugs that exploit flows in the targeted system to command the system to crash. So the solution to these two type of attack is to have a response team that always maintain and monitor the activities are being requested and what's being respond in the network. And then other type of security risk is having unauthorized access in the network. So that means the user might have had their account or the computer hacked, which then provide password to multiple accounts. Then user will have access to the bike sharing log into the account, and so that would be the unauthorized access to the system. Mm. So therefore, it is important for the bike sharing system to develop um, security protocols um, and provide a web application firewall to prevent the security risk that can harm the system or even their riders. Then other solution could be creating a two-factor authentication um, to prevent unauthorized access to the account. In this case, user would then not just input their password, but then they will have to answer security question that will then identify this is a right user. They now have access to their account. Then the company can also develop a security protocol, such as creating a checklist, what the team should be looking out, and how the team should respond when it comes to an urgent situation like a cyber criminal entering into the network. And then the response team, as I mentioned earlier, the response team would then either monitor or maintain the activities and the traffic that are flowing in and out of the network. Then the team should be able to identify or define the type of notification and then escalate the procedures in order to make the situation becomes worse. Then lastly, the team should create an internal and external uh, con- contacts such as a manager's ready to go overnight if the system get hacked overnight. They should be able to understand how to control and um, and resolve the issues as it's happening. So you can see there are many important aspect for the bike sharing system to have in order to provide a positive customer experience. It's not just about where or how easy to unlock or lock the bike. It's also providing a secure, trustworthy network that the riders can share their personal information, their credit card information, or even their bank information. So therefore, choosing the right location is very important for the bike sharing system. Does the city have enough? Um, does the city have enough people to rent out the bike, which then will increase their revenue, increase their sales, overall the business? But then also within that location, what the company should understand, are there a lot of cyber criminals around? And then if there are, how should they proceed with a response team or even a protocol to prevent any type of um, security risk within their network? And then the geographic is understanding what type of customer they are, what type of writers they are attracting. If they are attracting younger crowd, it is important to provide more application, more features that will help them rent the bike rather than just take Ubers or take buses around the city. Then provide a secure network is an important aspect. As I mentioned earlier, it will gain the rider's trust when it comes to renting a bike and putting the information in the network. Then lastly is be able to make the application or making the process easy for anybody to rent out the bike, and then to rent out the bike and be able to use it every single day, and then be able to come back the next time, or even recommend their friends or family members to use the bike sharing system rather than other type of transportation. Thank you for listening, and have a good night.